Hi everyone, Colleen here. I just wanted to show you this little box we made in last month's class. Here it is here. It's a little fold flat box. And there are the cutting guide. I'll have that all on my blog for you to have a look at, but it's a really easy little box to make. What it does is when you're not using it, or if the person who you give it to would like to keep it, they can take it and fold it flat, and that way they can pass it on to somebody else. As you can see, mine's been pulled in and out quite a few times and a bit worse for wear at the moment because it got a little bit, I was a little bit rough with it in class. But anyway, that's it there. Now the finished dimensions are 2 inches by 3.5 by 6 3/4. So it's a good standard size box. It's not too small and not too big, and I've used the La Vie en Rose paper, and the cardstock itself is called Pomegranate. So I will get started. So you need to cut your paper down to it needs to be 12 inches by 11.5, and we're going to score on the 11.5 inch side at 3.5, at 5.5, and we're going to turn to the other end and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, and we're going to score again at 2.5, and that's all our score lines for that section. Now we'll turn it to the 12 inch side and we're going to score it at 5/8 of an inch and 2 5/8. So the 5/8 is the one just after the 1/2 inch, and we'll turn it and do the same on the other end. This becomes the ends of our box. So 5/8 and 2 5/8. There we are. That's the piece is done. I'll scribble out and show you what we're going to be getting rid of so that you can understand. Like I said, it's all written here. So with this end up, we're going to remove that section, this bit here, all of this, and this piece here, and we're going to cut down here. So all of that's got to go, all of this, and that little bit there, and we'll cut down here. So as you can see, it's not a hard little box to do. It's quite nice. So we'll get cutting. So we'll cut straight down first and cut that section off. Then we'll cut off our end piece. Oops. Do a tiny little wedge in there, but it doesn't have to be very big. Cut through to here, cut down, and then we're going to remove this section altogether. Actually, probably if you cut this down too, it'll make it easier. So fold your little flaps back out of the way and then just continue to cut this off. That's it. So that bit's gone. So that's, let me do this end. So that's what it will look like on one end. Actually, let me turn it around so that's what the picture looks like. So you've got your 2 flaps and you've got your end flap for your closure. We're going to round these corners and we're going to take little wedges out of these. So I'll just do that. There's just a tiny, minute little wedges, not much, because I want it to be able to still hold the box closed, but I want to remove any of the score line. As you can see, I'm only taking a very small amount away. That's just a minute little piece. See, they're only just little slithers. So that's what that will look like when you finish that end. So we'll do this one exactly the same. was a little bit generous there. Get rid of all of that. Now we'll bring in our corner. No, before we do that, we will burnish and fold all our score lines. So that's all that bit done. We'll just burnish these. We'll take our corner rounder and we shall just round these corners. It just makes it for a better fit inside the box when it's done. Right, there we go. So that's our corners done. Now we will take our pieces, so as you can see, that's how it looks when it's finished. Now I've got our paper pieces and our two large ones. Now there's two of everything. So our two large ones are cut at 6.5 by 3 1/4, and then we have our two. These ones here are 6.5 by 1 3/4, and then for our two ends, these are cut at 1 3/4 by 3 1/4, and they'll just all fit on like that. So we'll put these on now before we put the box together. So they just all fit together like this. But it makes such a pretty little box. I'll just, I actually found the original one on Elaine Jackson's site, on her YouTube site, which is just wonderful. She is a Stampin' Up consultant, but oh gosh, she does some beautiful work. So yeah, I'll just follow her and see what she makes, and then see what we have, and I can make it from the Close to My Heart products. I believe in share and share alike. So we've nearly got all of these on. But isn't that paper just beautiful? I just love this paper. I just think it's so pretty. And it's such an elegant box to give to an older lady or anyone really. Someone you feel that needs a bit of flowers in their life. That's what I like about it. Anyway, so we're going to use a bit of tape just down the end on, oh gosh, I can't move. Just on this edge. Trim that off. Fold it over. We'll peel this off. Just fold that edge over to match. As you can see, it's almost done. Oh, I forgot to do this. I always do it before you put the box together. So the center of the box is about, just let me do a little bit of math. So that is 3.5, 3/4 inch, so it's about there. So what I want to do is take the little notch punch and just come in, not very far, and just take out, a little thumb notch piece so that it's easier to open and shut the box. it's much easier to do before you do this, before you put the box together, but I always forget. There we go. So now all we need to do is fold our ends in. Now if it doesn't fit, that means there must be a little bit of, and you can just gently round it. You don't need to take much off. Now that should fit in there. There we go. Other end in. There we are, and there's our box made. Isn't that gorgeous? And see how quick and easy it was? It's not a hard box to do at all. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and bye for now. Thanks for watching.